Hi, it's James from the Tuesday Review, and I'm here with Tex, one of the developers from Owl Machine, and we're talking about their new game Key Fairy, which I just had a chance to play, and I really enjoyed. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your role in the making of the game?
Yeah, I'm one of the two developers on Key Fairy. I do the design and programming and the writing.
Awesome. One thing the first thing I noticed is the art style. It's very striking. It's just basically black and white with a smash of red here and there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the art's all hand-drawn by my lovely co-developer, and then we scan it in. So we're using pen on paper.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks really good. It's really striking. The music and the ambience is also really atmospheric and draws you in. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we're trying to use stuff that you don't see as much in games, so we're going for like animal sounds and nature sounds and really experimental music where we can find it.
I really like the level design because even though it's black and white, I knew exactly where I was going. I knew exactly what to look for and what items I could interact with or characters I could interact with. Can you talk about making a game like that where, that's not traditionally all colorful, it's not glowing?
Yeah.
People still know where to go?
Yeah, in the absence of color, we've got to rely a lot more on the other design tools that we have. So we've got to rely on set dressing and particle effects and object placement. It's a lot of iterative development on the levels so that we keep adding stuff in and then taking stuff away based on how players move throughout the space.
Yeah. I also love the movement of the Key Fairy, the player character. It doesn't just walk, it kind of floats around and spins, and I really like that. It adds a fantastical fairy element to it.
Yeah, we're trying to make you feel like a little dancing sprite in the forest, and then you've got a little grappling hook as well, so you can use those in tandem to do really sharp turns and build up a lot of speed.
Nice. Yeah, I at the end of the demo, there was a hint that you were going to get a sword. Is there a weapons mechanic in the game?
You do get a sword. It does not let you attack. It's not a weapon. It lets you dash, and so we're planning on adding in a few additional elements later in the game that allow you to bypass certain effects or give you more tools in your move set.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I like that about the game. It felt, because of the whole fairy element and the fantastical element, it's not about being a warrior, like killing goblins or whatever. It's more like there are these creatures who are, you could probably speak more about it, but they seem to be possessed by some sort of evil force, and you're helping to clear that from them.
Yeah.
And so they're not really enemies, they're just unfortunate creatures.
Yeah, they're lost souls, and you're helping to like cleanse the darkness of the forest and try and calm everybody down.
I really like that. I also really like the writing. It has like a little cheeky humor to it. But also a lovely fantastical fantasy language. Can you talk about the writing process?
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of like old folklore as told like orally, and it is a lot of these weird tangents and like strange cheeky dialogue and just out of the blue esoteric dread. It's very strange, and I've been trying to bring that sort of energy into the dialogue of the game.
It really works really well. I really liked it. A thing we like to ask all the developers we interview, was there something you really wanted to include in the game, but you just couldn't make it work?
There's so many things that we'd love to include in the game. I think that for ages we thought about having a roguelike mode where it procedurally generated the forest, but we found that ultimately where the game is at its strongest is when it's handcrafted and you get this like curated small adventure. And so we've had to put that aside.
Well, hopefully we can see some of that in the future. But I think the game as it is now, I really enjoyed it, and I really got immersed in it. And I would like to see more from the world. When you're making a game like this, that's I guess focused on the art style and the gameplay and the level design, do you in your head have a larger world and characters and lore?
Yeah, like we've got a larger plot planned and more lore and like really big, large-scale things. But ultimately, we are trying to keep it mostly vibes-based and focused on the individual characters and their little bits of dialogue and stories. But yeah, there's a larger world that's vaguely in mind.
I think you can see that when you're playing. It doesn't feel like it ends at the edge of the screen. It's like, oh, there's a larger world here, and I really look forward to exploring that more. Hopefully, getting some like Key Fairy merch, a T-shirt or a little fairy guy. Yeah, and where can people find the game? It's not finished yet.
It's not finished yet. It should be out maybe end of next year, maybe start of 2026,
Okay.
but they can wishlist it now on Steam.
Awesome. And where can they find your social media and all that stuff?
If you go to keyfairy.com.au, you can find links to most of our stuff. Otherwise, we're on Instagram at keyfairy and on TikTok.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a great game, and I can't wait till it comes out.
Thanks.
Thank you.